So pervaded with sorcery was that black empire that even this coin has its uses in making magic. The Exiled Lands is a strange place, packed to the brim with many an ancient artefact of bygone ages. Remnants of the Lemurians, the Kari, and the Giant Kings are rife amongst the landscape. It's common for artifacts to leave the Exiled Lands in the hands of the Purge, but artifacts entering through the Curse Wall, now that is quite peculiar indeed. Across the Exiled Lands, many Khitan mercenaries seek sorcerers, dead or alive, for their master to experiment on. Delegating the task to any willing exiles, they're happy to pay in Ancient Obolus, a strange coin from a seemingly forgotten age. Gazing upon the coin, one could wonder from where it has travelled. Worn and pitted by time, the coin's imagery is somehow still clear. It depicts a bearded man, inscrutable, with calm inhuman beauty. Whose visage could lay upon such an ancient coin, and where has the coin itself come from? Many millennia ago, the ancient empire of Acheron lay claim to perhaps the most powerful civilization in the known world. Rising from the ashes of rebellion, the Acheronians founded their new home as a daughter kingdom to Stygia. Acheron, though ancient, was incredibly well developed. The empire was in league with dark powers, with Acheron being home to many incredibly powerful sorcerers, necromancers and priests. One amongst them rose above the pack to lead the empire, a priest of incredible power. Zaltoten of Python, High Priest of Set and the would-be world conqueror. In the year 13,000 BC, Zaltoten served as the High Priest of Set in Python, capital city of Acheron. He presided over the many blood sacrifices to Set and guarded the heart of Ahriman, perhaps the only source of magic powerful enough to defeat him. His rule over Acheron saw many a terror wrought upon the innocent, until the day the empire toppled. Cast back through time by the mirrors of Tzun Thun, Red Sonja and Conan were transported back to ancient Acheron. Becoming separated in the city, Sonja ended up in a pit below Zaltoten's altar, eventually witnessing him preparing a sacrifice. Knocking the heart of Ahriman from his hand, she escaped with the relic, though eventually ran exhausted into a Hyborian tribe ready to overthrow the kingdom. Taking the heart from her with little resistance, a feathered shaman wielded it against Zaltoten, overpowering him. In the wake of the Empire's collapse, Zaltoten fled to Kemi in Stygia. There, he was eventually poisoned by jealous priests, left mummified within a sarcophagus. With Zaltoten dead, a great evil had been removed from the world, but the heart of Ahriman would be returned to Zaltoten 3,000 years later, resurrecting him from his death. In Robert E. Howard's novel The Hour of the Dragon, King Conan is trapped in a dungeon at the behest of a resurrected Zaltoten, whilst Aquilonia falls into unrest without their monarch. In Chapter 10, the aptly titled A Coin from Acheron, a character named Hadrathus shows Conan an ancient coin. I'll paraphrase the passage. "You have seen Zaltoten unveiled? Then look upon this. It is a coin which was stamped in ancient Acheron before its fall." Conan had handled many coins in the years of his plunderings and had a good practical knowledge of them. The edges were worn and the inscription almost obliterated. The countenance was that of a bearded man, inscrutable, with a calm inhuman beauty. Hadrathus shows Conan this coin as he speaks of Zaltoten of Python, the ancient Acheronian priest who has laid dead for 3,000 years, yet now walks the earth once more. After a moment of arcane bewilderment, Conan confirms that the man emblazoned upon the coin is indeed Zaltoten, reborn anew to the world. A peculiar point of interest is the calm, inhuman beauty of a vile sorcerer like Zaltoten. This beauty, along with his difficult-to-understand demeanour, hints that Zaltoten isn't quite human. In his works, Howard described an elusive race of people, the Elder Race. They are marked by somewhat inhuman features, and their eyes are particularly interesting, often luminous with light. The Elder race also have other eldritch qualities, such as an affinity with magic. Howard describes Zaltotan specifically as a tall man, white of skin and dark of hair and beard. Intelligence grew in his dark eyes and made them deep and strange and luminous. Emblazoned upon the Ancient Obolus is undoubtedly the remarkable figure of Zaltotan, High Priest of Set and the ruler of Acheron before its fall. How those ancient coins, remains of a long-forgotten empire, have fallen into the hands of the Khitan mercenaries, we may never know. Perhaps they were stolen, maybe recovered from the sparse ruins of Acheron itself. How bizarre that those coins depicting an elder being, a High Priest of Set, should turn up in the former home of the Giant Kings. That, however, is a topic for another time. Thank you for watching. Dennis, the lead designer of Conan, suggested that I look into this coin during the Chapter 2 dev stream. I'm glad he did, as this is an incredibly interesting tie-in to the ever-elusive Acheronian Empire, and something tells me this isn't going to be the last time we talk about Zaltotan of Python, the would-be world conqueror. As always, a massive thank you to my wonderful esteemed coffee cultists over on Patreon for continuing to support the channel, and if you haven't already, you can grab my first book, The Village in the Witch Eye, for free through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.